Hey, welcome back to the Run and Rev channel. And I had some edited videos prior to this video if I insert them. That was of a camping trip. If I don't decide to insert them, well then this is the beginning of the video. Hey, listen though, it's January. Georgia weather is so screwed up right now. We've got 70-degree days. And to take advantage of that time, I'm going to take my garden tiller today and we're going to work on a 30 by 30. Now, initially I'd planned a 50 by 50. And I got to thinking about it, and maybe some people really don't have the acreage or land or yard or whatever you want to call it to put a 50 by 50 garden out. So we're going to downsize it to, it's going to equal a 30 by 30. It may be narrow in some spots depending on what I plant and wide on, but it's roughly the square footage is going to be a 30 by 30. And we're going to try, I'm going to try my hardest to keep it under $40. Let's just say 40. I could probably do it cheaper than that, but I may want to splurge on a couple of items to plant that's maybe not too common for this area, so I will have to spend a little bit more. But after we get this ground initially tilled up with the leaves and the foliage that had died over the fall, we're going to add compost, chicken manure, and then I'll cut that in. Then we'll let it rest for the rest of the month and the first week of February. And by Valentine's Day, I want to be putting cabbage in the ground. Update on the bees, I'm down to 3 hives now. We had another die off of a small swarm that I trapped out September of last year. And again, food, no disease, no parasites, just the numbers weren't there. So we're down to, you know, probably a 75% loss this year. And that's, you know, that's part of it. I'll just get new bees and keep on going. But anyhow, let's get back. I'm going to go ahead and start the garden tiller. I'll pause this for a little bit, or I'll cut it off and I'll edit it together. But just bring you up to speed on what we got planned for the next coming weeks. And so just, you know, bear with me, stay tuned, and we'll get this thing planted. And I'll show you how you can grow a garden for a very, very small amount and with minimum work. No special tools except the garden tiller. You can rent these from a local tool rental company. So check your area, see what you got. You may have a friend or a family member that's got one, and this is pretty much all you need. So I'm going to crank this jewel up. Alright, we got the ground tilled up. Now, every year I watch a YouTube video with somebody in a garden tiller. It's a simple piece of machinery to run. Trust me, if they can teach a monkey to go into space in a capsule floating around in the 60s, you can pretty much operate a garden tiller. Throttle, pull rope, gear engagement, everything. But the main part is you have to let the tool work for you. You can't kill yourself with this joke, or you'll be wore out and gardening won't be any fun. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down half the row in an incorrect form, and then I'm going to come back in the row in the correct form that I use, and it's just less tiresome. So let me adjust the camera. See what we got here. Alright, think that'll work. Let me get old Maybelline drunk up here. And it'll be loud at the start, but I'll cut it down. Don't bog it down. You can't bog it down. Let the machine work for you. Don't push down. Don't move side to side. Once you get your initial cut, your ground should soften up. And you're going to say, well, yeah, I got rocky ground. Hey, that's understandable. Don't press down. Let those tines do the work for you. If you have to, keep both hands on it. But as I just demonstrated, one-handed on my ground, and I can just barely put some pressure on it, and it gives pressure to the tines, and it allows it to dig at an easy pace. I'm not killing myself, okay? Now, there'll be some homesteading channel out there, some preppers channel, that will totally disagree with that idea. Oh, you got to mash down, you got to do this. All right, let's just get this out and open right now. And I'm not going to call anybody out by name. I grew up on farm. I don't own no big farm. We got around 10 acres right here, and we grow gardens for fresh festivals. That's it. We don't sell. We don't can a lot. You know, it's just something I grew up doing, and I have to do it. These homesteading channels that some of the people on YouTube watch, that they start showing around about how they're off grid and how they done this and how they done that. You know, that stuff's not cheap. If you can order, let's say, 10 giant solar panels and the batteries to power your house, you're not homesteading, you're developing. You're developing an off-grid living system. Homesteading is what rednecks do, like I done, and like people that have limited resources do. All this land you see behind you, every bit of this around here used to look just like those woods in the very back. I showed up down here at the age of 23 years old with a brush axe, an axe, a weed eater, a chainsaw, and a push mower. And later on I bought a $300 riding lawnmower that I could just abuse. And I cleared all this off by hand, okay? That's a homesteading. Hiring a dozer to come out and build your pad and build your fields and clear off your timber and buying a sawmill and things that's, you know, that's, to me, that's not homesteading. You're developing. And trust me, I would love to live off grid, but I can't afford it. Like most people probably watching those videos can't afford it. But it's not a lifestyle that was forced upon them. It's a lifestyle they chose. So, you know, you can take what I say to, you know, for whatever you think it's worth. But me personally, I enjoy what I do. I'm not great at it, but I could sustain myself and a few other people throughout the year by what I do around here. You know, and that's just my opinion on some of the homesteading channels. Now, there's some guys out there that do it. I mean, they do it from ground up. But then you've got the ones, like I said, that, you know, do you have $100,000 to sink into a solar system to power your house? Hell, if I had that, I wouldn't be worrying about this garden. I'd have somebody building it for me. But I'm just a redneck. and I'll probably always be a redneck my whole life. But anyway, getting back to the garden part. Let the machine work for you. Don't work for the machine, okay? And you're also going to notice that, yes, I laid out a 30 by 30. Let me get you out of the camera real quick. However, with my 30 by 30, I went over about 15 foot on each side. I didn't go width, I just went length. And the reason for that is it helps to keep the weeds from encroaching on your end rows. And we're going to lay the end rows out this way this year. We're not going to go long, we're going to go this way. The reason why I do that is because we have a creek right there. And the water flow will come this way. So by me putting my rows off towards the creek, if any water comes down through here, it'll go along the lines in between the rows that I've laid off. And I can kind of mound my rows up and it'll keep my plants safe. Okay? So, and the beekeeping hasn't went that well this winter time. Like I said, we've lost several hives. But it is what it is. And I've got more hives coming this spring. I've purchased 3 new hives and plus the swarms I hope I can catch. We'll be just fine. But it's part of doing your own thing. You know, you got losses. Don't let it discourage you. You know. But this is it. This is going to be the 30 by 30. And then here in a couple weeks, I'm going to cut another spot out for a garden using a tractor. And it's going to be a much bigger one, but this is for this YouTube series. A 30 by 30, and we're going to try to keep it within cost, you know, that anybody can do on a strict budget. I just don't believe in videotaping something or putting something out there on YouTube that's going to cost the viewer an arm and a leg to do. It's senseless. Now, that's not what you're watching this video for. So, for Running Red, I'm out of here for right now. Next weekend, we're going to get out here and we're going to put the compost on. And I think I've got some triple 19 left over from last year's garden when I was doing the turnip greens for my father. And I kind of... I didn't steal it, but I just kind of borrowed it until this spring because I knew I was going to need some early on. And my dad just filled a bucket up for me and told me to come down here, about a 5-gallon bucket. So hopefully that's all the fertilizer I will use this year. Commercial fertilizer is 5 gallons. We're going to try to keep it that way. But until next weekend, I hope y'all have a great one. Hope you subscribe to the channel, hit like, leave me a comment. I don't care if it's something saying I've done something wrong. By all means, point it out to me. I'm not a person that's going to delete it unless it's got vulgar language in it. I can take I can take some criticism every once in a while. So you know, I've been married before. I'm used to it. But anyhow, hit like, subscribe, leave a comment, and until next time, y'all have a great week. Well, for me and Maybelline, we're out of here.